Good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking through the Word. We are in chapter 2 of the book of Ruth. We are going to spend the next 3 episodes in chapter 3. And there are three themes in chapter 2 that I want to discuss while we're in chapter 2 here of Ruth. The first one is this: let your conversation involve the Lord. That's the first theme. The second theme is this: dealing with gleaning and dealing with the poor. Okay? And we'll talk about that tomorrow. And then the third theme of chapter 2 is dealing with the kinsman redeemer, or the Hebrew term is Goel. And so Boaz is the perfect example of that in the way he does things here in the book of Ruth. And so we're going to be talking about that and what that means as we look for the Messiah Jesus and how that relates to our salvation. Okay? You're going to find that many things in the Old Testament point to Jesus. Okay? And so Ruth is an example of it. I mean, well, it's all interspersed with it because she becomes in the line of Jesus. And she's a Moabite. And the Moabites weren't even supposed to be in the temple or anything. But she is redeemed and brought in and is put into the line of David and then ultimately Jesus. So let's read verses 1 through 4 of chapter 2. It says this: Now Naomi had a relative on her husband's side, a man of standing from the clan of Elimelech, whose name was Boaz. Now remember last time we talked about Elimelech was Naomi's husband, and he had died along with his 2 sons. In the last episode we talked about chapter 1, where that had happened. Now they've come back to Bethlehem, and when they're in Bethlehem, now they're destitute and poor. Okay, so they're coming back here. Verse 2: And Ruth, a Moabite, said to Naomi, "Let me go to the fields and pick up the leftover grain behind anyone whose eyes I find favor." Naomi said to her, "Go ahead, my daughter." So she went out and entered a field and began to glean behind the harvesters. As it turned out, she was working in a field belonging to Boaz, who was from the clan of Elimelech. Just then Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters. "The Lord be with you." And the harvesters answered, "The Lord bless you." Now, let's talk about the gleaning here for a minute here. Ruth went out and she wanted to go get some food. And the way they did it back then was this. I won't spend much time on it because we're going to talk a lot about it tomorrow. But she would go along behind the harvesters, and the harvesters wouldn't get everything when they were harvesting, and they were purposely supposed to leave some stuff for the poor. And so that's what Ruth is doing. She's out there harvesting in a field that doesn't belong to her, and it's called gleaning. And she's going to do that basically to get food for them to eat, her and Naomi to eat. So she goes out there, and when she goes out there, she encounters Boaz, and she encounters Boaz's workers too. But what I want us to focus on today here is the greeting. When Boaz came out, he greets the workers and he says this: "The Lord be with you." And they respond back saying, "The Lord bless you." Okay, so the greetings they had for each other right here at this time was dealing with the Lord. Okay, so a lot of times if I'm someplace talking to someone, I'll say, "Oh, bless you," or whatever, something like that. And it'd be nice if our language was interspersed with that more often, dealing with the Lord and with Jesus. And you know what? The thing is, though, you can't wake up one morning and go, "Oh, I'm going to intersperse my language with the Lord today." It's kind of an outflow of how much time you're spending in the Word and in prayer. If you're constantly in prayer and constantly studying the Bible, then that's just going to become a natural outflow. You know, when you talk about something to somebody, you know, I'll be talking about, say, I'm talking about triathlon to somebody. Well, I love to talk about triathlon because, you know, I do it all the time and stuff. Not as much anymore, but it's easy to have that conversation. And then in the same way, if the Lord is so much a part of you, then it's easy to bring that conversation around to the Lord. And you can see that's what Boaz, how he was with the workers. So he says, the Lord bless you, and then, or the Lord be with you, and then they reply, the Lord bless you. So they're talking back and forth in relation to the Lord. And so hopefully, I would encourage you, let your conversation be about the Lord. And the way for that to happen is, of course, be in the Word and then be in prayer. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking the Word. I'll see you tomorrow as we continue going through chapter 2 of the book of Ruth. Blessings.